We were in Hoi An. One of our squads went on a night ambush patrol and got blown out by a command detonated bomb. And my company commander turned to me and said, form up a reaction team, get out there as fast as you can, take an extra corpsman, because we don't know if the corpsman's been injured or killed. And I did that. I took a dozen or so Marines with my platoon sergeant, John Mother Mullen, Staff Sergeant Mullen, and we ran out. We violated all protocol. We just said the important thing here is to get there as quickly as possible, because the squad leader was badly wounded and ended up dying on the helicopter on the way into the main. And I'm out there, and I'm really seeing carnage for the first time. I've been in country since mid-November. This was the first time that I had seen serious injuries, people with no arms, limbs missing, dead bodies, and so forth. And I was in command now, and my job was to control the situation, secure it, call in the medevac helicopter, provide security for the landing zone so that they can get these young kids to safety and to medical assistance as quickly as possible. And when I first looked at this young man, his name was Boyce, Lance Corporal, young married guy, just came back from R&R. It was the happiest Marine in the whole company, and now here he is. Something changed inside of me. And I, for the first time, realized that this was very real. This is horrible. This is war. And I met the automaton. And I can't really explain it to you other than to say that as my tour progressed, and in particular at one moment and at other moments during the battle for the way, the automaton took control. And I was basically, on the 13th of February, 1968, in the midst of this unbelievably chaotic day, when I'm there, I see the dynamic. I understand that what I'm being told to do is insane, makes no sense whatsoever. I am screaming, I'm yelling, I'm cursing over the radio, trying to get my company commander's attention, trying to get the battalion commander's attention to understand if you continue this, all you're going to accomplish is getting more and more and more Marines killed and devastated. I went into this was after the first, we made contact, we lost a lot of guys, then we were ordered assault, get across the street, got to make a beachhead, and the redeeming grace of this story is that every single time that I had to give the order to assault, my men knew this was stupid. They knew it was crazy. And yet, they stood up and they charged and they went into the gunfire. And way too many of them were killed and wounded that day. My platoon was decimated. I took in 51 guys, including myself, 3 U.S. Navy corpsmen, 2 radio operators, and my platoon sergeant. My platoon sergeant was shot in the head. We thought he was dead. That was a huge loss. And nobody's listening to me. They're not listening to me. Higher, we call them higher. And after the first assault, this is the second contact with the enemy and more loss, I became unable to perform. I was completely devastated. And the only thing I could do is I walked into a back room and there was a rocking chair and I sat in a rocking chair. I don't know how long I sat in that rocking chair. It was either a couple of minutes or it was 15 minutes or 10 minutes, I don't know. But I was completely undone, no longer fit for command at that moment. And so my mind took me back to a safe place for a few minutes. And then my radio operator came and shook my shoulder and said, "Lieutenant, they want us to attack again." And from that moment forward, throughout that entire battle, the automaton took control. So I was able to function, I was able to perform, and the only thing that I can tell you is that looking back on this, I'm grateful that it took control of me, that I was able to function. Because I go to reunions now every year. I look forward, and I see these guys, the ones who survive, often with terrible wounds, but they survived, and they healed. And they shake my hand, and they hug me. They love me.